Hey everyone, Chris here, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. So this is going to be another 5-day reading vlog, as I have a readathon that I'm doing over the weekend, and I'm going to do a dedicated reading vlog for that, so I'm very excited about it. And my main goal for this week is to read my other 2 spring covers, because I really want to get that vlog out to you all, and I can't do it if I don't read them. So speaking of that, I have started The Things We Do for Love. I am on page 115. So I'm making decent progress in this. Seeing as this is a spring cover, I can't really talk to you about what's going on with the book, but I did want to let you know that I had started it and I'm making decent progress. So hopefully I will be able to finish this rather quickly, and then I can move on to Wild Beauty and wrap that vlog up. I have finished 2 books because it is technically Wednesday now. I didn't film Monday because it was still incredibly hot, and then today was just a weird day where I felt busier and just didn't have time to film, and every time I would think about it, something would happen and then I wouldn't film, so I'm making it a point to sit down and film. But I did finish 2 books. The first is Claude, Evil Alien Warlord Cat, and this is book 2, Enemies. This is getting 5 stars. I think Claude is a blast. He is exactly what he says on the tin. An evil alien warlord cat that gets exiled from his homeland and ends up on our planet and has to kind of deal with the way cats are treated here, which is very different than his homeworld, and he's trying to figure out how to get back there. And we follow his human, Raj, and get chapters from his point of view, because Raj has moved from Brooklyn to Oregon and is dealing with that transition at the same time we meet Claude. So I really, really love the humor in these books, and they make me laugh, and I'm very excited to continue on with this series next month. Probably not this month because I have an insane TBR, but next month I plan to read at least 1 more of these. The other update I have is that I finished Smoke Mountain, which is the 3rd book in the Seeker series, and did some interesting things happen in this one that, again, because it's a series and this is the 3rd book, I can't really talk about it, but I am very, very invested, and I'm so glad that I'm planning to read book 4 this month as well. So hopefully I can get to that sooner rather than later, and then maybe next month I can wrap up that arc and move on to arc 2, because it is one of the series I hope to get to in 2022, and I'm doing really, really bad at that right now. So if I could finish at least one of them, that would be great. So maybe Seekers will be the one. We'll have to see. Right for now, I'm just happy to have gotten through book 3. I think I'm going to go 4.25 stars. I'm really enjoying the adventure these bears are on and following their journey and learning more about each of them and what their hopes are as they're on this journey. So I am very much looking forward to book 4, and we'll probably be starting that this week, maybe, when I need an audiobook. So we'll see. As for tonight, I may read some of this, though I might want something lighter, so I might pick up a middle grade. I have plenty to choose from on my TBR, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We'll see. For all I know, I could decide to pick up an audiobook and end up listening to book 4 of Seekers. I'm not sure, but I have plenty of options, and I wanted to give you a check-in, let you know what the plan was for this week, and yeah. I think I'm off to a good start, and hopefully I will be able to finish the books that I want to finish this week, so that ideally I can get you my spring covers vlog Friday, but that might be a pipe dream, because realistically I think I would have to upload it Thursday to be sure it would be able to go out Friday, which means I would need to read the rest of The Things We Do for Love and Wild Beauty in the next 36-ish hours, so I could then film the wrap-up to that. So I don't know if it's coming out this week, but if not, it will definitely be coming out next week. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna go read, and I will check back in with you all soon. now technically Sunday because it's after midnight, and I filmed the start to my weekend vlog, but I didn't film this. I was just too tired last night to try to figure out what I had read this week. And then this is the first moment where I felt up to sitting down and doing it today. So this is going to be me wrapping up what I read between Monday and Friday this week. And I won't be mentioning the stuff that I've read this weekend. So last time I spoke with you, I was reading The Things We Do for Love. I am now on page 158. So my idea of getting my spring covers out did not work. I am really, really struggling to read things. I did really great during the 48-hour final book support group. I'm just not doing as great during the week. I keep getting distracted. So that has been a bit of a struggle. This is a spring cover, so I can't talk about it, but I am making slow progress, which is better than no progress. Then I started The Empty City, which is the first book in the Survivor series by Erin Hunter, where we follow dogs. I believe in the last clip I mentioned that I might read some middle grade. This is what I switched to. I got to page 40. So I've only just started this. I could have swore I've read this before, but so far, none of it sounds familiar. Let's see. We're following Lucky, who has always been a bit of a loner, and most other dogs tend to run in packs. And then the big growl strikes, which I believe is a giant earthquake, and he's got to kind of survive the aftermath of that. Where the place that he had been living does not seem to have the amenities he's used to it having, and he's kind of got to survive and figure out whether maybe being a lone dog isn't the best idea, and should he try to find a pack. I think that's the premise. I am very intrigued based on the beginning. I don't have much more to say about that because I've only read 40 pages, and that's not really enough to have a completely informed opinion, but so far I'm liking it and I'm very intrigued. Then I started the second book in the spin-off series to Lady Hardcastle mystery series, and it's called A Baffling Murder at the Manor. I had to write it down to make sure that I would remember what it was called. And I don't think I got too far into this either. It was something I listened to for a bit before bed, and I'm enjoying it. I, again, don't like these as much as I like the Lady Hardcastle series, but I am enjoying them, and I do plan to continue on with them, and it is on my TBR, so that's good. Although I believe this was also a TBR pick, so made a little bit of progress there. I did finish 2 books this week, though. The first is The Last Wilderness. Actually, this would be 3 because I finished Smoke Mountain. This is book 4 in the Seekers series, and I think I'm going 4.25 stars. I am really enjoying this series. I am so excited. My plan is to read books 5 and 6 next month, and I really can't wait. I am very invested in the journey these bears are on and what is going to happen to them and how things are going to play out for them, because they're in an interesting spot at the end of this book, and I'm very curious to see where it goes. And yeah, I'm liking this series a lot more now upon my reread. I believe when I first read it, and I don't think I ever finished it. I don't know where I left off, but I don't think I ever finished it. But I believe the first time I read it was when I stopped reading. Like, it was right before I just kind of gave up on the reading thing. I was in college, I believe, and at the school I went to, there was a lot of reading and a lot of writing. You didn't take tests. There were never any tests that you had to take. It was just a lot of reading and writing papers. And it meant that when I wasn't doing that for school, I didn't want to read. So I read a lot less books in general, though I read a lot more fan fiction. And I think that's because I wanted to be able to read a world that was extremely familiar to me, because it required a lot less brain power. Or, like, I would get, like, the latest Nora Roberts trilogy for Christmas or my birthday, and then I would binge it in a weekend. So I went from reading all the time to never reading, or very rarely reading, and if I was reading, it was... Well, I say never reading. I'm pretty sure I read fan fiction almost every day, but it was mostly the series that shall not be named. And I like that because it was a familiar world. I love the characters. There are some fantastic fan fiction writers for that series, and that just really, really worked. I had no desire to pick up physical books, so when I wanted to read, it was just so much easier to find a fanfic online that was the right length too, because you can read a one-shot that is like 5,000 words, or you can read an epic 40 chapter fanfic that's like 200,000 words. So I really like that I could kind of tailor it to whatever I was in the mood for. So yeah, I think that's why I didn't get into this series the first time around, is because I just picked it up at the wrong time. But I'm really enjoying it now, and I'm very excited to see how their journey wraps up in books 5 and 6 next month. The other book I finished is Three Sisters, and this is by Heather Morris, and it is the third book in the Tattooist of Auschwitz series, and I'm giving this 3.75 stars. So this is tricky because I want to explain to you why my rating is a bit lower. I wasn't expecting it to go that low, because the first 2/3 of the book, it was like 4.5 stars. And then the final third, something changed, and it felt more disjointed and rushed, and it kind of broke the connection that I had been building with the characters. And I just really struggled to stay invested in it. And I can't really explain more about that without spoiling it, so I'm not going to say anymore, but I was really disappointed by the last third of that book. But the first 2/3 were so good that I don't feel I can justify giving it any less than 3.75 stars. So we're basically following three sisters who are Jewish during World War II. 2 of them end up in Auschwitz pretty early on, and the middle sister ends up avoiding that fate and staying with her mom and her grandfather, and not knowing what is going on with her sisters, where they are, and if she's ever going to see them again. So yeah, there's no way to write a good book about World War II historical fiction and Auschwitz and stuff and not find a way to pack an emotional punch. And that definitely happened in the first 2/3 of the book. It just, I don't know, something shifted in that last third, and I just did not care by the end. I was over it and so glad to be done reading that book, which is sad because I enjoyed the first 2/3 so much. So, oh well. But that also means I finished the series, because I believe that's the last book in that series, because it was a trilogy, which means I can check that off my series to continue list, which is nice. And that is all I read in the 5 days that this vlog covers. So, I mean, not bad. I finished 3 books and made progress in 3 books, I believe. No, I finished 4 books because I read Clawed Enemies too. So I finished 4 books, made progress in 3. Not bad for 5 days, to be honest. I just know that I can read more. I think that's the problem, is especially coming off June when I was reading so much, that I somehow feel now that I'm back down to probably closer to normal levels, I just feel like I'm not reading anywhere near as much as I should be. But yeah, that's it for this week's reading vlog. I'm pretty happy overall, I guess, now that I'm kind of looking at it in a overall, what did I do and how does it compare to normal weeks? So yeah, hopefully I can manage to get through the rest of my TBR. I'm very excited about this weekend's reading vlog. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm really enjoying what I'm reading, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing what you all think of what I chose to do with it. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to get this out in a timely manner, because I like being caught up on vlogs. It's the one thing I'm caught up on. And I'm going to go back to my weekend reading vlog, and actually I'm going to film the check-in for that. Then I'm going to go back to reading for it. So I'm going to wrap things up here. All of my social media is linked in the description below if you'd like to come chat with me. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me dog emojis in honor of me finally starting Survivors. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!